Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What's the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is essentially a pilot chain painting video where I paint a model or a unit of models, but the model or models in question are voted on by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. In that video, I show you a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for this Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. So the winner this week is the Death Guard Demon Prince, or the Demon Prince with wings. Love when I get disturbed. Anyway, so it's this winged Demon Prince one this week. Now, this is a 3D print, but this is an alternative sculpt. It's absolutely fantastic. So much detail on him. He's picked out on his chest. He's got tongues hanging out of his chest, a mouth hanging off of his chest. He's got his big, massive fly wings. He's got this horrible little head, which is amazing. Even the armour on the tail looks amazing. Absolutely some craziness going on here. That's one thing I do love about 3D prints. You can actually just really change things up and have things really, really different. So the first thing I'm going to do is come with some lead belcher. Start tackling them the same way I would normally do my Death Guard models. So I'm going to get all of the armour panels with the silver. Such amazing. All of these bits, you'll be able to see these bits now sticking out more on the tail. So two like plates over the muscle and the tail sticking out. So I'm going to crack on and do the rest of this off camera. Right, so here we are. There's actually so much bits where metal and flesh meld together, it's nuts. So next time I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with some Cadian flesh tone, because I think picking out the skin parts of him and the fleshy parts is really going to start to make the model pop. So all this on his arm here is all skin. Boils and everything else hanging off of him. I'm going to go around and get all of this tail skin area. His head is actually skin with metal over the top of it. So I'm going to get that. This as well, the claw, is actually skin one side with metal claws, bits coming out the other side. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to crack on with that. Because even this arm isn't like armour plated or nothing, it just melds into flesh. You can see like from what I can see, it looks like an imprint of what used to be, and the skin is just overtaking it. And so I'm going to crack on with that. Right, so as you pop in, very nice. The head looks more like a helmet slapped over the front of it now. So next I'm going to come in with some Youth and Grey. And this is a very, very simple thing I'm going to do. I shouldn't pick up by the wing, but that's what I just did. Don't do the same thing if you have a winged model. I'm going to come in and I'm going to get all of these wings. What I want to get also are the horns on this tail. there's spikes on the tower as well. Let's get a few of those. It's got the tongues and stuff coming out here, which I'm going to get. There's a horn coming off here. I'm actually going to get these as well. The end of the his power claw type thing. Right, so here we are. Things looking absolutely beautiful already. Next I'm going to come in with some white scars. Now I don't know what this technique is called. I'm going to call it under highlighting. If it has an official name, then someone tell me, but I never heard it referred to anything before. So where I've done the white uniform grain now, I'm going to come in with white scars. I'm going to just blend it in, but not across the whole thing, just across bits of it. So what I'm doing is giving it a highlight before I start putting actual colours on top of it. Of course, if there's any bits of where the youth and grey's been that I'm not too happy with, I can just tidy it up with the white. So when I apply the next colour, it's going to give me lots of shading without me actually having to go through and do, you know, random shading here and there. So look at these horns as well on the towel. I'm also going to ping out the tongue. Too much water on the brush there. Oh yeah. These guys are looking actually badass already. The next colour I'm going to come in with is Death Guard Green. And what I'm doing with this simply is I'm slapping it all over the armour panels he has, where I put the silver, avoiding the weapon, the blade on him, because I want to keep the blade different. So just slap it on. You don't need to see me doing all of that on camera. Right, so before I show you what we're looking at, as you can see, there's already some starting to pop already. I'm going to come with some Druchii Violet shade. Okay, and this is a very simple step. Let's give it a good look in first. It's coming together very nicely. I'm going to come with Druchii Violet, and I'm going to run it along the top of these wings. Along the top of these wings. What I'm also going to do with the Druid Violet is run it all into the skin. So everything that's what I've done the skin, I'm going to put Druid Violet into it. I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. So here's where we're at so far. Okay, there's still a little bit wet on the wings, but that's what I want. I'm now going to come with some Genstealer purple. I've got it on the wet palette. I'm going to water it right down. So it makes it sort of like a really, really, really wet wash. And I'm going to slap the rest of it on the wings there. This is going to be one of those bits where I need to just probably hold the model for a few minutes and keep turning it, making sure that the paint doesn't like run down to one point. You can see on the edge there, that's where the white's kicking in. Absolutely amazing. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a few minutes. So I think it looks absolutely fantastic. That wing has definitely come out the best. But it's an easy fix for the others if it dries. If they dry like the way they are now. I mean, these bottom ones are not too bad. You still see the white coming through. This one doesn't go the same sort of way. I could easily come with a bit of white scars and just run it along the edge of the wing. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some Retributor armor. Typical Death Guard bits and pieces. What I'm going to do is get the trim, any trim that I see, I'm going to get. There's all these different panels on his legs. I'm going to crack on with that. Even his little legs here has his little feet bits have panels across them. And so I'm going to crack on with that and come back to you after. Right, so here we are, looking absolutely amazing. So next I'm going to come in with some moot green, and all I'm going to do with this paint, I'm going to water it down a little bit more on the wet palette, and I'm going to come in and just tap it into places. Now because I've watered it down, it's going to go on and just dry very quickly for one, but two, it's going to give me a very subtle hint on top of the green. I'm going to crack on with that. Right, so this guy is, apart from his tongue on his chest, which seems to be still wet for some reason. Bit of tissue into that. Look at that. It seems to want to dry, I don't know why. Apart from the tongue, this model is battle ready. Now what that means is, for everyone that's new, I can put them on the table and away we go. Obviously, don't worry about the tongue for a minute, because I'm going to do something to that in a minute. What I'm going to do now is take it beyond battle ready standard. Now this could be a dry brush, this could be an edge highlight, could be a layer paint, could be a tactical paint, could be a contrast paint, could be a wash. You know, I know I've done some of those already, but you know, it could be any of those. The first thing I'm going to do is come in with some corn red. This is going to really pick out and really pop certain parts of the model. So the first thing I'm going to do is get his eyes. So that's really popped out straight away. That's really made it pop straight away. Next thing I'm going to do with the corn red. So I'm going to need some boils on his arm here. I'm going to get those. Now I'm going to wet my brush down really well. And I'm going to wet that red, that corn red, make it really watery. I'm going to paint it over the top of this blade. Nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come in with some urea yellow. I'm going to take a little bit on my brush. Now the red's still wet on the boils. I just want to get a little bit in there. So I haven't got enough in there yet. And see, I see it on the camera, it looks nice, but I can't see it. I mean, I can see it in my eye, it looks good, but I don't think the camera's picking it up too well. You can see it on that one, that side. So it's giving me a nice little fluid look. I'm knocking the camera, you idiot. So you can, I want to try and get a little bit more. So what I'm going to do now is wet the brush and go back to the urea yellow. Make sure it's really wet. And I'm going to do the same thing again on the blade here, but only in the middle part where all these little bits are. What I'm doing here is I'm wet blending the paint. And I think that looks absolutely... don't drop the model, your fault. I think that looks very tasty. I'm dropping. I keep this a second time or third time I almost dropped the model. The reason why is it's on a makeshift base, so it's on a base that I'm cut for itself, cut for it. I think that looks absolutely tasty. The next thing that I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get that tongue sorted out. I'm going to come in with some, what colour am I going to do? No, not Doomfire. I want Fallopius Pink. It's the colour I'm going to come in for the tongue. Because it's a very fleshy colour, especially when you do it, paint it the way that I have. I did this technique over Vashtor on his skin, and it came out really like fleshy, like someone's just pulled the skin off of him and this is the muscle underneath. Oh, that's just lovely. That's just absolutely lovely. What I'm going to do now is grab some white scars. And I'm just going to come along the top here. Just gently edge along. Because there is little teeth there. Not very. I saw them when I was painting the paint onto the tongue first of all, and I said, "No, I'll leave it. I'll get that afterwards." It looks more prominent than it actually is. What the brush can pick up, but it doesn't matter. It's still there. The last thing I'm going to do is come in with some of this lovely colour. Troll Slayer Orange. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to come in and just stipple it in places. Stippling is just me stabbing. This is going to give me an amazing rust effect. So I just brushed it on there by accident. Silly me. Not an issue. I can stipple it away. I'm not going to cover all of his armour. Like not every single piece, but I'm going to do some of it. And the Troll Slayer Orange is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down. So you can always go back and do a second bit if you want to. Get around the edge of this skull. It's going to really make it pop out even more. It needs much more. I think that's enough. It wants to be, because otherwise I end up getting away with myself, and just keep going, keep going, keep going. That's not one thing we need, as painters, we need to stop doing. Stop ourselves and then go, okay, I want to do more, but let me stop myself now, put the model down, come back to it the following day and have a look and go, okay, no, I did the right thing, or no, I want to add some more. But anyway, guys, he's done. So a massive thank you to everyone who voted. If you vote for something that didn't win, don't panic, because everything has to be painted. Any comments or thoughts about this model, chuck them below as always, guys. If you're seeing this for the first time, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video to more and more people, which makes this incredible, amazing community of you guys grow even more. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. But until next time, guys, thanks for voting. Thanks for watching. Hit the buttons for me. Take it easy.